compared to that. I mean, I've lived with this for 5 years.
Just a little touch.
Just the tiniest. Harder than you think, isn't it?
About 48 square metres. Hi, it's Martin from Brick Makeover. We've travelled to a property today where the customer's been let down by the colour of his mortar. Now we are going to show you an amazing transformation of this outbuilding. The customer, you might recognise him.
Martin, good to see you, mate.
You alright?
Yeah, really good. Thanks for coming down.
No problem at all.
So this is the house we've got.
Yeah.
And as you can see, the brickwork here is nice. I'm happy.
Yeah, I like it.
And I'm
nice.
pleased with that. When we first built the house, we had the dye in the mortar itself.
Right, okay.
So it worked wonders.
Yeah.
But the problem I've got is the workshop at the back, it was kind of put up in a bit of a rush.
Right,
the weather
okay.
wasn't good, right? And all of a sudden, I had bricklayers there. I nipped out for a day or two. I come back and the brickwork was up about this high. And what they'd done is just use standard grey cement. And the brief always going to be a coloured kind of terracotta mortar.
Yeah, okay.
So can you work your magic?
Of course I can.
You sure?
Just exactly what we like to do.
Brilliant. Let's come and have a look at
Fantastic,
it.
let's go look.
So Martin, this is the culprit. What can you do to it?
So we're going to transform it all so it matches the house. Lovely. Normally what you'll get, if this was out somewhere else, you wouldn't be that concerned. But because you've got it close to the house, you can see it from one to the other.
We're going to colour the mortar with potassium silicate and iron oxide pigments mixed with water, and we're going to dye the mortar so it blends with the rest of the house. Can't wait to see it. Let's get started.
Let's go. So I'm getting all the colours out, ready to mix the bespoke colour for this job. So every job is completely different. No job is the same. So what we do, we mix the colour to what is around the area. It needs to be thicker because it's such a drastic difference. You need to make it a bit thicker so it stands out more.
So that's number 1 attempt. You've got 5 attempts. If you don't get it right in 5, you're going home.
We're setting Sydney onto you, the bulldog.
He's got 5.
Name's Lou.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, for when I was looking at it from up there, it looked a little bit lighter. Yeah, I don't know whether that was just the sun.
Any shadows, it's sun, it's different angles as well.
I see. Yeah, yeah. And do you think that's too light now, or do you think it's more dark?
I think it's because of the way that the bricks are set back on that side.
Yeah.
I think I quite like it.
Yeah, and I'm quite liking it. Yeah. Because that's raked out. It's deeper. It's creating a bit of a shadow on it, isn't it? Where that's more flush.
We can darken it a touch if you need to.
I'm feeling possibly,
Just a little touch.
Just the tiniest little bit, yeah. It doesn't need to be much, does it? Okay, great. Round 2.
I think we need a little bit of marigold, maybe a touch of black, just to knock it back a little bit.
I think what we need to do is get the boss to come and have a check.
You know, this has always been a grey-white mortar on here I've never been happy with. So, Martin's mixed one mix there, started there, it looked a little bit light.
Clever
So
paint
he's gone
in that.
tiny little, I know he's cutting in like this. No? You're having him do that.
So you've got to look for that to what you've got over there, so that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
I won't mention that there's 2 different shades in there, but
It's probably about 6.
sure. Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's stick with that and let's get it done then.
Yeah. Are you going to join and help me?
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a go. Yes, we had a steady hand.
I need his glasses on, that's what I need.
Yeah, you know what, I will go and put my glasses on actually. Yeah.
The customer's happy with the colour, but I wasn't 100% convinced it was right. So we're going to add a little bit of yellow to make it a bit more sandy, just so it's completely perfect. So we just do it small bits at a time. trial and error at the start will make it a lot easier. What we don't want is to have it do the entire wall and the customer not be happy and we have to do it again. We've done the 2 different ones.
Yep.
But this one is probably 98%, but I'm not happy with it.
Okay.
I want this job to be absolutely perfect.
Brilliant.
Okay, so I'm just
I think that looks perfect, but you're obviously a perfectionist.
We make sure that every job is perfect.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we have this whole thing that's you're 100% happy with, I'm 100% happy with.
Okay.
So I'm going to do another little sample here.
Yeah.
To see exactly what
Should
it's
we
like.
add more to it now?
Yeah. So I've changed it. I've added a little bit of yellow.
Yeah.
To just make it a little bit more sandy.
Sandy, okay.
And then we'll see what it looks like now.
Go for it.
Then, isn't it? Making it look a bit more natural, is it?
It is.
A bit more natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Loads better.
Yeah.
That's a bit. He's put a bit more sand in there.
Yes, yeah.
You look.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, isn't it? Yeah, that's top one then. Bit more sandy to it, I know what you mean, yeah. Cool. Let's go for that one. Stick with it. Follow me where no one can see. Yeah, because sometimes the mortar itself isn't a very good job, is it? In fairness. So I'm squashing in a bit more
Yeah,
pressure.
that's it. Put a bit of pressure on the brick and then feather that into the next bit. So bring that down and then swoop it in. There you go. If you are going to try this at home, make sure you've got the right brush, the right size for the job, and you need to make sure that you take your time, be nice and steady, and not go over it numerous times. If you're painting, you're doing that, you're going all over it, but with a stain, it gets darker and darker every time you do it.
Because I feel like you don't just want to go
So
over it naturally, don't
what
you, to
Craig's
fill in them
doing
gaps.
is rushing, take his time, slow down, and make sure you get all the little bits in one go, not 3 goes.
Doing it automatically.
That's why you do a little practice area out the way. I'll do a small section first to do the bed joints, and then I will do all the perps after.
Harder than you think, innit? I've just seen you doing it out there thinking, as long as you've got a steady hand, it will probably be easy, but as you say, the technique of not overlapping it is the key, isn't it?
It's harder than you think, that's why you get the professionals in.
Yeah. Not bad for first
That's
attempt.
not so bad. It's not bad.
What sort of speed would this take? How, a square metre of it, how long would that generally take to do?
We can normally get about 20 square metres per day.
Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a big job out here to do.
There's about 48 square metres. It all depends on how many different colours, the different textures, how slow you need to go, and as well on this one, the actual difference on the background to what you put into it.
And you don't have me slowing you down. Come on.
Yes, it can be monotonous, but you need to make sure that you do section after section after section, because if you start going one way to another way, it's gonna look patchy. So you need to take your time, start in the middle, at the bottom, at the top, it doesn't really matter, but just start in one place and move your way across.
Okay.
So I think what you should do, start over there.
One end, yeah.
Well, I'll go this way.
I might just run away. I might just leave it all behind and find another day. Thought it through, good God, I thought it through. And there ain't nothing that I got I ain't willing to lose.
We're going to show you how much of a difference a coloured mortar can make to a brick.
These chains, they hold me down.
Yeah?
They finally took
Yeah, it's quite
their
therapeutic. It's
very
relaxing.
Go down, and then you cut across.
Tired, weak and lonely, and I'm ready to lay down. Run away, I might just run away. I might just leave it all behind and find another day.
Is what they use on golfing greens.
On golfing greens.
Yeah, do you know how the golfing greens are green,
Green, yeah.
quite hard
Yeah.
and breathable. They're always bright green, no matter what the rest of them are. They put potassium silicate on there.
Do they?
Yeah, so it solidifies, but it's still breathable.
You're doing all right.
Yeah. I reckon it's the training you've had.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all down to your professional tuition.
Right, listen.
Yeah.
So we're happy to give you a job.
Yeah.
It's white. it's minimum wage on
Minimum
apprentice.
wage. I'll do 100 hours a week.
£3.50 an hour, right? And we want 100 hours out of you.
100 hours a week. Easy.
I might just run away. I might just leave it all behind and find another day. Thought it through, good God, I thought it through, and there ain't nothing that
So now we're just going to tint these bricks just to freshen them up. They're a little bit dirty, so we're going to give them a little light covering over.
run away. I might just run away. Run away. I might just run away.
Just so they look absolutely perfect.
So, Marlon, it's been a full-packed day, and it looks like you've got halfway to this mansion joint here.
Yeah, so we made this our target to get to here for today. We're doing the bricks, the mortar, and I think it looks fantastic. What do you think?
Transformation is just mind-blowing. I mean, this looks like a different house compared to that. I mean, I've lived with this for 5 years, and it's been driving me mad, and now seeing that is just mind-blowing. Skilled labour force. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
I look forward to you coming back and doing the other half over there.
So we're back. We're going to finish off tinting the mortar along here to match the rest of this brickwork. Day 2, let's see what we can achieve.
Wow, Martin, you've finished, and what a fantastic job you've done of it. Was it easy or hard?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was, some of the mortars a little bit rougher than others, just getting the balance right and putting enough on the more porous areas than the smooth areas.
Okay. And doing it, I noticed you were doing the pointing on there first. Is that for a particular reason?
Yeah, so the bricks, if the mortar's a different colour, the bricks make such a difference. So it's so deceiving, the mortar colour. That's why we do the mortar first, to make sure that the bricks are the right colour and what we need to do with the bricks after.
It was just so light originally, wasn't it, the brickwork? The mortar, should I say. I mean, walking up our drive, when you'd done this section of it a couple of hours ago and you still had 2 or 3 square metres here, it jumped out and I was like, did it really look that bad? But you don't realise how bad it was until you actually see the finished product on here, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's amazing, isn't it? Martin, I cannot thank you enough, mate.
Thank you very much for having us as well.
It's grand. Can't wait to show people.
So you can check us out on the website at brickmakeover.co.uk, or you can check us on the social channels, which are all at Brick Makeover.